Anxiety doesn't knock on your door. It barges right in when you least expect it. You might be sitting in your room, doing absolutely nothing wrong, and suddenly your chest tightens, your heart starts pounding like crazy, and your mind is screaming as if the world's about to come crashing down. But the crazy part, nothing's actually happening. No one sees what you're going through. You're suffering in complete silence, feeling all that pain without anyone noticing. That's just how anxiety works. It's invisible, yet it feels like it's tearing you apart from the inside out. And you're supposed to just smile through it, go to work, answer messages, be productive, act normal. But deep down, you're drowning in it. Ever stay up at night stressing over some small thing you said 10 days ago? Or overanalyze a two-word text message for hours like it was some code that defines your entire life? Believe me, that's not you losing it. That's your nervous system being hijacked by thoughts you never even chose to have. The harsh truth is, nobody ever handed you a manual on how to deal with this. No one sat you down and said, here's how you stay calm in a world that profits off your fear. Instead, they just told you to stay strong, man up, and relax. But what if I told you that people have been feeling the same way for over 2,000 years? They didn't have iPhones or social media, but they had something even scarier: war, exile, betrayal, loss, chaos, and yet somehow they found peace. How? Through Stoicism, not the fake kind that tells you to feel nothing, but the real deal, the kind that teaches you how to master your emotions without letting them destroy you. This isn't some self-help fluff or breathing exercise meant to manifest peace overnight. This is mental combat. This is about building a mind so unshakable that the world's chaos bounces right off you. And if you've been stuck in your own head, spiraling, overthinking every little thing, waking up with dread in your chest, then stick with me. Because what you truly need isn't more positivity or pep talks. You need clarity. You need control over your own thoughts. Think about Marcus Aurelius, what he trained himself to do every day while leading Rome through plagues and wars. He once said, "Today I escaped from anxiety." Not that he avoided it, but that he discarded it because he realized anxiety isn't coming from outside circumstances. It's born within your perception of those circumstances. Let that sink in. Anxiety doesn't come from life itself. It stems from how you process life. And that means you do have the power to fight back. You don't need a new life, you need a new perspective. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 unbreakable Stoic laws to defeat anxiety and take mastery of your inner world step by step. No promises of quick fixes, no spiritual fluff, just raw mental clarity. Because waiting for the world to calm down is a losing game. The one thing you can truly control your mind is what's been slipping through your fingers every single day. Fear, guilt, comparison, those endless thoughts that drain your energy and serve nothing. But from here on out, that stops. Right now, I want you to do one thing. Like this video if you're tired of being owned by your own thoughts. Comment below and tell me, are you feeling this? Subscribe to this channel because we're not about fake motivation here. We're about true mental mastery. And share this with someone who needs to shut out the noise and reconnect with themselves, because you're not broken. You're not too far gone. You're just stuck in a loop. No one ever showed you how to escape until now. These Stoic laws aren't just to help you cope, they'll transform you. You'll learn how to sit calmly amid chaos, watch your thoughts without obeying them, and stop allowing your mind to bully you. But that's only possible if you truly listen, not just with your ears, but with your whole being. Because this is the beginning of you reclaiming your peace, never again to give it away. Drop in the comments right now if you're ready for war. I'm no longer a prisoner of my thoughts. I'm training for peace. Let's begin. Number 1, see the storm but stay still inside. Let's clear one thing: anxiety doesn't need a reason. It comes uninvited, even when everything looks perfectly fine. Imagine sitting in your car, no one calling, no problems, and then suddenly, boom, your heart races, your jaw clenches, your mind spins out of control, your body's signaling run, even though there's nowhere to go. That's what makes it so terrifying. Most people panic when this happens. They try to distract themselves, numb the sensation, or escape altogether. But here's what the Stoics knew. You can't outrun the storm. You have to outlast it. Because the storm isn't outside, it's inside your mind. And until you learn how to face it, it will keep controlling you. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who carried the weight of the world, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This isn't just about thinking positively. It's about confronting the storm in your mind without letting it shake you. So, what happens when anxiety hits? Most folks fight it, resist it, tell themselves to stop thinking this way. But that's like trying to blow out a fire by yelling at it. It just feeds the flames. The Stoics approached it differently, observed it. They didn't judge it, didn't try to push it away. They saw it as whether temporary, not permanent, not personal. When you start viewing your anxiety this way as something passing through you, rather than something you stop reacting as if the world is ending. It's just a signal, a warning from your body. Hey, something's unsafe. Can we pause? When you pause, don't panic or feed the thought. Instead, you make space, real stillness. That's where true power lives. Not in reacting or solving every problem in your head, but in staying rooted amid chaos. Think of it like this. There's the storm around you, and then there's the eye of the storm, dead calm in the middle, despite all the chaos. Your goal: become that eye. That's law one. Don't become the storm, be the stillness inside it. So how do you do that? Keep it simple. When anxiety kicks in, pause, don't react. Don't scroll or numb the feeling. Just breathe and remind yourself. This is a thought, a feeling. It's passing. I don't have to obey it. This is a key Stoic practice called cognitive detachment. It means you are not your thoughts, you are the observer of them. Seneca, who lived through exile and upheaval, said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Most of what makes us anxious is just our minds rehearsing disasters that probably will never come true. The Stoics understood something modern folks forget. The real battle isn't with the outside world, but within your mind's interpretation of it. When you train yourself to observe instead of react, you reclaim your power one thought at a time. It's like training a wild horse. At first it fights, it resists, but if you stay calm, don't feed its fear, it'll eventually settle. Your anxiety's the samaressist, and it grows, accept it, and it will pass. So next time your heart races, your palms sweat, or your thoughts loop endlessly, don't fight it. Sit with it. Breathe. Watch like a warrior, a lion resting in the middle of chaos. That calm is what Stoicism teaches. You don't need to eliminate the storm, that's impossible. Instead, you master how to be unshakable amid it. And that's strength. That's real power. The world can spin, your plans can fall apart, people can betray you, yet your center remains untouched. That's law number one. Practice this even 10% of the time and you'll live differently from most people, less controlled by fear, less ruled by the mind, more rooted in peace. Drop in the comments if this resonates. I am not the storm. I am the calm inside it. Number 2. Let go of what you cannot control. Here's one of the fastest ways to steal your peace: trying to control things that were never yours to begin with. Think about how much anxiety is rooted in stuff outside yourself. What others think of you, whether they respond to your messages, if your boss appreciates your work, whether you'll succeed in 5 years if the world stays stable. We try to fix what's outside of us, predict outcomes way in advance, and stay 5 steps ahead of potential disaster. But here's the tough truth the Stoics teach. Happiness and freedom come from ignoring what's beyond your control. Epictetus said it perfectly: your anxiety isn't just fear. It's trying to manage things that aren't yours to manage. It's mentally chasing people who have already left or wishing the world would act differently than it does. And guess what? That makes you burn out. It keeps you obsessed with plans, paralyzed by the unknown, drained from energy spent on things you can't influence. Meanwhile, your real power, the only thing that matters, is your own thoughts, your attitude, your responses. That's the only part within your grasp. So instead of asking, "What can I fix?" ask, "What can I control?" It's a brutally honest question, but it gives you immediate peace. Here's the list. Your thoughts, your attitudes, your actions, how you respond. That's it. Not the weather, not the past, not whether someone loves you back. It's hard because it demands surrender, letting go of illusions and accepting reality. But here's the catch. The more you release what's not yours, the more powerful you become. Letting go isn't weakness. It's wisdom, deciding where to invest your energy. Think of it like carrying two backpacks. One's heavy with your thoughts, reactions, how you respond. The other is filled with everyone else's opinions, fears about the future, regrets from the past. Which one are you carrying around? Most of us are exhausted because we drag both. But Stoics only carried one, the one with what's truly ours. That's why Marcus Aurelius started his days reminding himself, you may not control the events around you, but you can control how you meet them. That's law to release what you can't control, master what you can. If someone ghosts you, that's not in your control. But how you respond, that's entirely yours. If you fail at something, the outcome might not be in your hands, but showing up again tomorrow, that's yours. If someone talks behind your back, you can't stop them, but you can walk with dignity. You can stay true to yourself. The Stoic doesn't argue with the wind, he adjusts his sails. And the moment you do, you reclaim your power. You stop bleeding emotionally over things that were never truly yours to begin with. You stop letting one person's disappointment crash your day. It's not giving up. It's freeing yourself so you can focus on what really matters. And if you practice this mindset often enough, you'll feel your mental load lighten. You'll stop begging life to be fair and stop letting other people's opinions control you. You'll stay grounded even amid chaos. That's how you beat anxiety, not by avoiding problems, but by training your focus. It's not about how big the problem is. It's about how much of your mind you give to it. The next time anxiety starts creeping in, ask yourself, am I trying to control something that isn't mine? If yes, breathe, let it go, and return your attention to what you can control. Your peace is too valuable to waste on things you're never meant to carry. Life gets calmer when you accept people and situations as they are, let them be, and bring your focus back to yourself. That's the Stoic way. Drop in the comments, I release what isn't mine to control. I choose peace. Number 3. Build quiet routines amid a noisy world. You know what's really destroying your peace? Noise, literally and mentally. Not just the sounds of cars, notifications, endless streams of content, but the non-stop chatter inside your head. The thoughts about what you didn't do today, what you should have said, how someone looked at you, whether you're enough, whether you'll ever feel free. And it never stops. From the moment you open your eyes, the world begins its assault. Before you even get out of bed, your phone steals your attention. Your nervous system's already on edge and you haven't even had breakfast. Our culture glorifies constant movement, more work, more hustle, more stimulation. But what if peace isn't something you accidentally stumble into? What if it's something you create intentionally every single day without apology? That's what the Stoics did. They didn't just hope for peace. They carved out space for it and purpose. Marcus Aurelius, even as emperor, made it a habit to journal every morning. Not because he had free time, but because he knew that without quiet, his mind would rot. He wrote, people seek retreats in mountains, seas, or countryside, but you can retreat into yourself anytime. You don't need to leave the city or escape your life. All you need is a ritual, a sacred momentum, mental boundary where the chaos of the world can't reach you. Without this, the outside world owns you. Here's how Law 3 works. Create quiet rituals in a noisy world, or be overwhelmed by the noise. When I say ritual, I don't mean some Instagram-worthy morning routine with matcha and scented candles. I mean simple, consistent acts of stillness, private moments that remind your mind who's boss. Here's how to start. First, claim the first 10 minutes of your day before anyone or anything can reach you. Don't scroll, don't check the news, don't let social media dictate your mood. Sit with yourself. Write some words, stretch, breathe, meditate, whatever helps you find that peace. It's not about what you do, but why you do it. Say to yourself, this time belongs to me before the world demands anything. It grounds you. It signals to your nervous system that you're safe, that there's no rush. Second, set a digital off switch. You don't have to be online every second of the day. Who told us that? That's modern slavery. The Stoics practiced voluntary discomfort-taking time alone, embracing silence, stepping back from the crowd. You need that too. Pick a time in the evening when you turn everything off, no screens, no notifications, headphones out, just silence for half an hour. That quietness deeply resets your brain, helps you sleep better, think clearer, and be more connected to yourself. Third, remember the power of a midday reset. The day can get heavy, tensions rise, stress accumulates, and the Stoics understood the importance of stopping briefly to regroup. Marcus Aurelius would pause during campaigns, breathe deeply, and reflect. You can do the same. Even for just a minute or two, step outside, close your eyes, feel the breeze, say nothing, just reset your mental state. Let your mind know, I'm not my stress, I'm not my role, I'm still here. This mental reset isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It's what keeps your peace intact amid chaos. Because if you don't establish rituals of silence, your anxiety will create ritualistic panic. That's what overthinking, endless doom scrolling, and emotional burnout all boil down to: checking in with yourself, never giving your mind space to breathe. From now on, carve out sacred moments for yourself, not to run away from life, but to return and find clarity. Because when you do, your anxiety loses its grip. Now, the last but certainly not least. Number 4, choose stillness over reaction. Let me ask you directly. When someone says something that hurts, when your phone buzzes with bad news, or when your brain immediately jumps to worst-case scenarios, what do? Most of us react without thinking: anger, panic, overthinking, flood of emotions we can't control, and then wish we hadn't lost our cool later. The truth is, reacting is just your mind on autopilot, playing the same old story at a louder volume. The Stoics knew this well. Epictetus said it simply. It's not what happens to you, but how you respond that truly counts. That's not just some clever phrase, it's a battle cry for chaos. Because you can't control what the world throws at you, but you can control how you respond. The difference between sinking into anxiety or rising above it is that tiny gap between stimulus and response. That pause is your secret weapon. Like when someone cuts you off in traffic, though, you honk and curse, or take a breath and remember they might be rushing for a reason. When a certain text brings up old insecurities, though, you spiral or pause, notice the feeling, and refuse to feed it. That pause, that space, is your fortress. But here's the hard truth. Most people find this extremely difficult. Your brain is wired for survival. React quickly, fight or flee as soon as danger appears. Anxiety hijacks that instinct. You feel unsafe, so your default is to respond fiercely or run away. But the Stoics say you can rewire your mind, train it to choose stillness instead. How? It begins with awareness. Next time anxiety spikes, stop. Look inward. Ask, what is this feeling trying to tell me? Is this reaction helpful, or is it making things worse? Most of our reactions are habit, not truth. Your old stories playing on loop. By naming your emotions, I'm angry, I'm scared, you pull them out of hiding. You observe instead of immediately acting. And in that quiet watching, you discover a deeper, common inner strength beyond the chaos. Marcus Aurelius practiced this every day. He'd remind himself, if you're upset by anything external, the pain isn't from the thing itself, but how you perceive it. You have the power to revoke that perception any moment. That's your power, your ability to build a quiet space between what happens and how you respond. That space is freedom, and freedom from reaction equals freedom from anxiety. You learn to respond calmly, reasonably, clearly, without panic. That's the way to break the cycle, because anxiety feeds on reactions. React and it grows stronger, but choose stillness and you starve it out. Remember, this isn't about suppressing feelings, it's about mastering them. Feel what you've got to feel, but don't let those feelings steer your car. You're still in the driver's seat. Before you respond to anything, take a breath. Count to 3. Ask yourself, does this reaction help me? Is it based on fact or just fear? And if it's fear, let it go. Pick peace over chaos every single time. Drop in the comments, I am the master of my reactions. And now, finally, number 5, turn pain into presence. Pain and anxiety often come uninvited, dragging us into dark places we don't want to go. You probably believe pain is your enemy, something to avoid at all costs. But the Stoics teach us something revolutionary. Obstacles are actually opportunities in disguise. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action." What stands in the way becomes the way. Those painful moments, they're part of your path. When anxiety rises, it's not just something to fight or run from, it's a signal. A reminder to ground yourself and come back to the present moment. Think about how much time you spend lost in worry about the future or dwelling on past mistakes. Those moments of pain yank you out of now, but they also give you a chance-y opportunity to wake up. Because real peace is found right here, right now, in this moment. The Stoics remind us that suffering isn't caused by life itself, but by our judgments of it. If you learn to sit with your pain without resisting, without fighting, you become stronger. How? By turning your full attention to the present. Notice your breath, feel your body, listen to the sounds around you. When you stop resisting pain, it loses its power. It's like a wave. Fighting against it only tires you out. Riding the wave, however, carries you to the shore. When you turn pain into presence, anxiety transforms from a monster into a teacher, an alert that your mind is off track, a nudge to return to what matters. Your breath, your senses, the here and now. As Epictetus put it, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Embracing discomfort, whether it's pain, humiliation, or difficulties, part of the growth process. When you accept pain as a tool for progress, your fear of it diminishes. And without fear, anxiety begins to fade. Here's how you can do it. Next time anxiety rises, don't run. Sit with it quietly. Focus on your breathing. Feel your feet on the ground. Notice the textures around you. Then softly tell yourself, I'm here. I'm present. This feeling will pass. This simple act rewires your brain and shifts your perspective. It pulls you out of spirals and into peace. Pain becomes presence. Presence becomes power. Power becomes freedom. You don't need to wait for life to be easy before feeling safe. You create safety with your awareness. Fully here, fully now. That's the key. The final law of the Stoics to conquer anxiety: turn pain into presence. When you do that, you unleash your true peace. Drop in the comments if you're ready to turn your pain into power. I am turning pain into presence. You're already taking the first steps towards mastering your mind in a world that's always shouting. Remember, these 5 Stoic laws aren't quick fixes. They're lifelong practices. Every single one is a tool to help you take back control and reclaim your peace. You don't have to wait for everything outside to change. You don't have to wait for anxiety to disappear. You can start small, patient, persistent. Keep coming back to these principles. Because peace isn't something out there, it's something we build inside. The Stoics remind us that even though life is unpredictable, your mind doesn't have to be. You can be the calm in the chaos, the quiet in the noise, the strength within the storm. If you commit to these laws, you'll discover a resilience that anxiety can never touch. Thank you for watching. If this message resonated, please like, comment your favorite law or affirmation, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more actionable wisdom. Your peace is worth fighting for, and now you have the tools. Drop in the comments your declaration: I am the calm in the chaos. I master my mind.